Good morning, Richard. I come to you again from the basement, as per usual. It has been another week in lockdown 2.0 with the usual sequence of events, a weekend followed by a week. Work is normal, nothing crazy happening there. In job searching town, I've been looking at other PhDs, waiting on the fusion ones to come out. There are some cool looking ones. It gives me hope for like an exciting thing to do, which is something that I have been missing for a bit, which is really nice. Outside of work has been normal. I've been doing a few things. Ashtray on the floor. I've been still working on this birdhouse. It is of the. It's funny. It's like, it's something that I don't want to make. I mean, I don't mind making it, but it's enough that I don't want to make it enough to really care. And I'm realising as time goes on that if you don't really take your time to do things correctly with this woodworking, then it's bad. And this is not an extremely surprising revelation, but you cannot at any stage be slapdash with it, which is, on one hand, nice, because it means that you have to take the care. And on the other hand, it's a little bit frustrating when you're like a little bit not in the mood, and you're like, you take a chisel to something and you just realise you ruin it in half a second. Obviously, it depends how high your standards are for your finished result, but I think that I would like to have things that are good and precise, rather than kind of like slapdash and functional. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just sticking one of the sides of the roof on. That's that. In a broader setting of my free time, I think that I've been doing, and I don't think this is surprising to me, but I've been doing more kind of a combination of dissociating and escapism, which is I don't think it's a healthy thing to do, but I have noticed myself doing it more, and it's not something I want to get into the habit of doing, but I definitely recently have been doing it more. This kind of, on the one hand, dissociating, where I just kind of like go away for a little bit in my own head or whatever. I'll read something, or I'll be reading something, I just kind of like zone out. And I do it for kind of extended periods of time and kind of seek it out in certain ways. Which is probably, it's not a good idea, but I can see why I'm doing it. It's kind of, there's not a huge amount going on. There's not that many, there's kind of being a bit trapped, not enjoying the job a huge amount, kind of dissociating, it doesn't surprise me, but also like escapism of like, starting a new game in Skyrim and getting really into that, or like constantly reading my book, of kind of escaping into these different worlds where I'm not in this one. And it kind of, if I'm not careful, I can get to the point where the only thing that excites me are those imaginary things, which in moderation is absolutely fine. But if you're not careful, certainly if I'm not careful, then the only thing that is exciting becomes that. And I need real life things to be exciting as well. And I'm gonna try. I'm consciously now that I'm more aware of it, there is a conscious effort towards making sure that is the case, which makes it easier. Yeah, I think it's. I go through phases of it. When I was a kid, I used to do it all the time, like, and I kind of am realizing that I do it in sort of phases, and games are very conducive to that, especially single player story games, and books are very conducive to that. And I used to read constantly and play games constantly, and it was kind of just this escapism thing, because it is fun. It's kind of inherently fun, but you also need things in the real world that are fun. Anyway, it's my escapism and dissociation talk. Cool. That's about enough. I'll catch you on the flip side. Stay on.